back to For My Future Self podcast. You already know what it is. It's your girl, Callie.
It's your girl, Serena.
And as you can see, what is this?
My footrest.
Our footrest. No! Today we're going to be having our very, very first guest on For My Future Self. Hey. We're really excited to introduce our very first guest. He is someone that we both know, and he touches both of our worlds in a sense. So we kind of wanted to bring on someone
Two worlds collide,
morph together. So without further ado, it's your mama's favorite dancer
and your auntie's favorite realtor.
On God.
All good. Come on, everyone, welcome Eugene. Woo! Hey. Let's go. Oh my God.
Sorry, we should have made it past.
Oh my God.
I'm
so sorry.
Oh my God. Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome. Yay.
All right. So we did a little intro.
We did. So
So
go ahead and introduce
give
yourself.
a little intro.
Yeah, let the people know.
You feel me? What they say, mom's favorite dancer, auntie's favorite realtor. Hey, good job, Eugene. Good job, future selves. What's up?
What's up? Hey. So we just want to do a little quick intro on you. Like, who are you? What do you do? Like, what are you about? And just what brought you here today as well.
Okay. Well, what brought me here is that Serena called me and said, "Do you want to be a guest?"
Right.
I was like, "You guys got Raymond and everything.
Oh,
Why do you mean?"
No.
But my name is Eugene Phomthevy. I am
Phomthevy, so heavy.
Phomthevy so heavy.
Phomthevy. Have you guys done the spoken word
No,
on here
no,
yet?
no.
You guys haven't done a spoken word yet?
Raymond
Oh
be
my
doing
God.
spoken words at the
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, we have to do that then.
Yeah,
What do
you guys be doing karaoke at the beginning of every.
That's true.
You guys gotta do one spoken word,
Okay, Phomthevy, so heavy.
He drives a Chevy.
right? Driving a Chevy, but it's not Levy. What does that even mean? It's
Levy
we're getting somewhere.
like balance.
Mm-hmm.
Balance.
Balance.
It's what I don't have because.
Oh no.
It's so
We said
y'all.
Cynthia.
Jesus died for our
Cynthia.
Cynthias.
Where's that from?
Waving my hands a lot. You haven't seen
Where's
it?
that from?
Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Julia Rob Hurts.
I'm gonna leave.
21 Jump Street or 22?
That's
22,
right. I remember
22.
that. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. I
Classic.
don't remember it like y'all. Okay,
No.
A
anyway.
classic.
No, but for real though. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
We know that you're a dancer. We know that you're a realtor. Talk about that.
Mhm.
For sure. Well, I've been dancing for about 9 years. Oh my God. Yeah. So started dancing 2014, and then started taking it serious 2015. She was there for when I did my the dance company auditions.
Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Universal Rhythm?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You were a senior when I was a freshman. So then
Okay,
when I
that's
joined
what I thought.
when I joined my sophomore year, when I was doing the auditions, I think you were one of the girls. I don't think I lifted you though. I think I lifted somebody else.
Okay, for
Oh,
context, we
yeah.
all went to Sheldon High School.
That's right.
You went to
And-
Sheldon?
I went to Sheldon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
2015.
Precision.
I was volleyball, hula girl.
Oh, you're precision.
Dang, Eugene, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
My
It's
bad, I
fine.
didn't know.
It's
My
fine.
bad,
You're in
my
your
bad,
own
my bad,
world.
my
But
I didn't know.
anyway, that's
Yeah, Universal
Yeah,
Rhythm was
so-
the team that Serena was
Yeah, we
on.
talked about
We talked about
that,
this.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then Eugene auditioned his freshman year.
Mhm.
Yep. That's what started it all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Universal Rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Universal Rhythm. Caused so much stress throughout my high school
that's
years.
kinda
It's not
fast.
necessary.
No, first of all, Universal Rhythm was the biggest company
Yeah.
in all of high school.
Yeah.
50 people had to
Yeah.
be in it.
There's
Yeah.
hella heads.
Had to
in
be in it.
that. In that room, you guys had hella people.
It was just
Yeah.
too much.
We had 2 dance rooms because of it. So whenever you had to separate.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the one in the back.
Yeah, my first year, I think we had the most we ever had, which was 61 or something.
60?
Yeah,
50 was already pushing it.
Yeah, they added more
And
to
then
it.
every main stage there would be an intro piece and a
Yeah.
freaking closing piece, and everyone
whole
was on
stage,
had to be
yeah.
on stage. Can you imagine?
No, I remember. I watched
Yeah.
a lot of main stages. I was there.
But how?
She's been on the
But
stage.
what did you like about
Dance.
that? I mean,
yeah.
was
Okay.
you are what got you started? No.
So what got me started was I had no friends. So I moved to Elk Grove around 2010, and and I basically like super like social anxiety as a kid, and then like it was so much to the point that I would like lie to my mom and be like, yeah, I made so many friends in elementary school, and then dance was kind of like that one thing where I was like, I knew I could probably do it because as a kid, like I liked it, but then like kind of like how our culture is now, and even back then, it's like, oh, if you do that, it's kind of zesty. You know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't, but like I think around middle school, like I saw like the Asian clubs, like they would perform for like the yeah, they would perform. Yeah, Asian. Damn, I was jealous I wasn't in there. But they performed, and a bunch of my friends were in it, and I was pretending that I thought that was like it sucked, but I was like, man, I wanted to be a part of it so bad.
You were hating on it.
Yeah, I was, but like the hating was like because I wanted to be friends with everybody. Yeah, and then freshman year, finally started actually taking dance kind of serious, just like as a hobby, just so I can, because I finally had friends. And then sophomore year was when I joined the dance company, Universal Rhythm, and yeah, then it was kind of from then on I started learning from a lot of different people in the community, like you guys know too, like from like I've met a lot of people like from. I don't like name dropping. I'm just gonna say a lot of people.
You can say it.
I don't like name dropping.
A lot of people don't know actually, so it's okay.
So then I learned from Funky Fresh. I got it from you guys know, like Jack, Anthony Yang, all of them, stuff like that. They were in it, and then I got to meet Dax Pexon, Gavin Pexon, Koa Pexon, like the now Jabberwockies, and so then they were the ones that taught me. Shout out to Caesar. He's the director of them. Shout out the whole Pexon family. I love y'all.
For sure.
Shout out.
So then, so I learned from all of them, and then after that, they moved houses. Then I took a break, and I was like mainly focusing on UR. And then after that, it was summer. Funky wasn't happening, and then I actually ended up reaching out because I had nothing to do. But then dance was like such a big passion hobby. So then I reached out to the freestyle scene more in Sacramento with like with Paul Concept.
Okay, like the Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas, Brian Dang. I reached out to them all the time. And then boom, and then from then on in, the rest is history, as they say, I guess.
Yeah, that's so dope. Go ahead and ski
it
up for me.
Because of like outside high school, you were like learning.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't really learn. Oh, I mean,
you do learn.
You do, but
you can't be individual. You don't. You can't really grow individually, and you are. But that's kind of great. I feel like in high school, I didn't know those people or that were an option to go to. I thought in high school, like, okay, I can only stick to my resources here.
Right.
When it comes to being a dancer and growing and learning from other people, so that's dope that you were able to like reach out and go into the community.
High school students don't be going
because they're so young, quote unquote. Like they don't know people yet. They haven't been to events.
Intimidating, actually.
Yeah,
it's actually scary.
It's really intimidating. The first ever battle I went to, like a big one, had Danny Riel there.
Oh my God.
For some reason, it was like a big b-boy battle. It was like so many people. It had like international people there, like people from Japan, Europe, and then for some reason they had Danny Riel there, and I was like, whoa,
what the heck?
Yeah, I'm going there. But it was like it was like super intimidating, but like that's like one of the things that's like it's super random where you're like, oh, I guess I should go there and hang out. Yeah.
So how was your first battle ever?
It sucked.
And what year was it? And how old were you?
It sucked so bad. So it was actually at the end of it was at the end of my freshman year. I forgot. I think it was I don't remember her last name, but it was Jennifer Chewy or something like that.
Chewy. Okay.
Yeah, she her senior project for some reason was a battle, and then it was basically just the club SBC, Shillings Bakers Club, and then they basically just had a super small one b-boy battle, and then one like open style battle, and then I won, and then that was the first one I ever did. I won because it was just us. Yeah, it was just like a small group, so it wasn't like a lot of people where it's like at least 20 signups or 16 signups. It was like I think only like 8 people that was really in small. It. So then it was like it felt good, but then on the other hand, I was like, yo, this not a lot of people. So it made me feel good, but it also made me feel like, okay, I could definitely do better.
Yeah, and you were so young, you're a baby. Yeah, I feel like battle. I don't know, like in dance in high school, I just saw I had a different perspective on it. So like just to see or hear of a battle, I was like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go there.
It's super intimidating. People think people think you're gonna do like a whole freaking little step up. You gotta have a whole routine and everything. You have to do like you have to be like moose and freaking like all the bubbles and stuff like that. Yeah, that was it's super intimidating, but it's actually pretty fun. Like if it's the right people, because you know y'all seen people in the community, but like
really?
you know,
We're gonna talk about
but or like definitely around the right people. Like it's super fun. Like I think this past year. Shout out to Jerry Vang. He's like the director now at University
you
of Arizona.
are.
Yeah. So
we
like
went to school with him.
Yeah. He was like a legend to me. But I knew his whole family. So
he was like b-boy on like you are, right?
Yeah, he was like I think he was like because we were expecting him because he went to school in LA.
Right.
So we knew that he was gonna be a part of like a company. We knew he was going to be in commercials.
Mm-hmm.
He was already doing that. He was in commercials and music videos.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then COVID happened. He moved back. But like now he's like doing that with them. And then one of the students, his name's Alvin. He threw a battle and had me judge. And that was
it at Sheldon?
Yeah, it was at Sheldon. And that was the first time I saw so many different new faces. Like, and they were all high school kids. And then
that's so cool.
I think that's like the one where it's like, you know, where it's less intimidating. Where like especially if like the director or whoever's like kind of like the figure, the head figure kind of like shows that this is normal. It's not as intimidating as it seems.
Yeah, because they're normalizing it to the kids. Because I feel like as a high school student, like we weren't really exposed to that unless you were put in that situation.
You just learned
it's
choreo
really
and you prepared for a performance.
Yeah, for like
really,
you
like,
are, or like a rally, you prepare for performances, but not like a battle or like the culture of like freestyle with, like in Sacramento. It's totally different.
Or just like the culture of like choreo competitions in general. Because like when like with UR, we just did main stage and we did student showcase, which was really fun. And like it gives us like a step in. But then like you look at Franklin High School, they were doing competitions.
Oh my God, Franklin High School was just that.
They were on.
Yeah, they were awesome. Like they were like doing competitions. I'm like, y'all are doing competitions.
They had separate teams. They had they had Fusion, but if you weren't on Fusion, like you were on like the apprentice team. Yeah. I was like, dang, is that serious? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trevor Takamoto.
But
Trevor's the one. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So when did you finally feel like really confident, like being able to go in these battles and know that you were the shit?
I wouldn't say I'm the shit.
Or like be confident and sure of yourself. Yeah.
Publicly, I would say like on a very humble thing. Like I'm still never like fairly confident. I go into it just knowing that like I should have fun. So I think like I think the point where that happened was where I got comfortable. I can't say when it happened,
right?
But I would say it's like when there's people there that I see their faces and I can say hi and I'm not nervous too, because like I'm still very introverted. Like I'm an introvert extrovert type of, so it's like when I see their faces and I'm like not nervous to be like, oh, I don't know you and I don't want to say hi, then that's when I felt comfortable. When I was like on the floor, when I was dancing and I was like, I think probably the most comfortable is when I started dancing and I started talking shit while I was dancing. I think that's probably the most comfortable. But that wasn't in a battle. That was when I'm having fun with my friends. So like when and this was like and I think that was kind of like the first start of it, is like was when you're doing that. It's like even when I was making choreo with like friends, like we would do because we were trying to do one for student showcase. We were at the house. We didn't start making choreo until like 2 hours in, because the whole time because we were just
hanging out.
We're just hanging out and talking shit, playing games. And then when we started making choreo, we were so comfortable with each other and so comfortable with our dance that we ended up actually just like making choreo and talking shit to each other while we're doing choreo, because we got comfortable with it. And
so it's like the community, your friends, like just the energy behind it and support. I feel that. I totally feel that. When it comes to like who you are now in the dance community, can you talk about like 5A at all? What's that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So 5A is my crew. It consists of 10 people. Okay. Originally it was 5 people. It was like the stupidest name because originally the guy who made it, Zakari, he's the one that created it, and he created it because he couldn't beat any of us. So he couldn't beat any of us in a battle. So then he asked us, he put us in the group chat. I said, do you guys want to be a crew? Because all of our people who taught us moved to LA. Yeah, we're moved to LA or are moving to LA. And this is like right before COVID too.
Got it.
Yeah. So like we would make jokes and we would like throw sessions and we would put sponsored by all our everybody moving to LA, this and that.
Yeah.
And then it was more of like us joking around, and 5A was named after the at the top of the CRC parking lot. There's sections in the parking where it says 5A, 5B. Yeah. So then our goal was to throw sessions around the United States at random parking lots at 5A. Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
But one thing I really wanted to talk about is the fact that you are still a dancer. You've kept your passion while still pursuing like a career, while still pursuing like another thing.
Yeah.
Because nowadays within the dance realm, I feel like there's there's extremes. So you're going to be a dancer full time. That's going to be your sustainable income. You're going to go to LA. You're going to try to get booked. You're going to try to have these agencies, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Or you're going to stay in your community, be a community head, like just dance here and then maybe have a job. But a lot of people either get discouraged from dancing anymore because they think it's a waste of time or it's a distraction from like making money, you know, like having a career. But for you, like I feel like you're kind of going against the grain a little bit. You're still pursuing dance. You're still like evident in the Sacramento dance community and you haven't lost that passion. But now you're pursuing real estate, which is dope, and you're keeping both. I feel like a lot of people
Velasco team.
And I feel like a lot of people would either let go of that passion because they feel like it'll waste their time or whatever. You know, like I don't know. I feel like that's very evident in a lot of people's lives and even mine as a dancer. So if you want to talk about that a little bit.
No, for sure. No, it's a great segue and a great question. But kind of like a full thing with me. So right when I graduated or when COVID happened too, I had a lot of people like in my family and family friends like in my ear like, what are you gonna do with dance? Like you're really talented in it, but are you going to pursue it more? Is it just your plan A? You need to have plan B, C, D. Like that's how it was. And like, you know, just growing up in an Asian household, like I was lucky that my mom and my father-in-law is like they're fairly young and they have, you know, a good mindset about it. They were very supportive of like no matter what I do. They said you can literally be homeless. They rather I not be homeless. But like they, you know, they wanted me to be in a good position. So then what kind of happened was actually like right after I graduated, Jabberwockies in 2019 they had, or I think it was 2018 they had an audition for Universal Studios. And then I told myself I'm gonna go do it. I went to go do it, got called back, and then didn't get one after. And even with Connect, and then and to me, like it was a lot of reflecting. So it was like, oh, I have the connections. Like I have Gavin, have Dax. Like I've been in the Jabberwockies headquarters before the audition. Like I know them. It should be easy, but it wasn't that easy. Like I already knew that choreo wise, I wasn't as advanced, and it helped me to see that not only in my dance career that there's stuff I still need to work on, and it humbled me to that point. But also showed me like, okay, maybe there should be a plan B. Maybe there should be a plan C. Because I think I don't remember if I auditioned twice or I only auditioned once. I think I only auditioned once.
It felt like twice. You had to get called back.
But yeah, I auditioned the one time, and once COVID happened, I had a really long. I was originally going to be a physical therapist. So I was studying to be a physical. Right. I think it's a dance. It's a dancer
it's always
thing.
That route. Kinesiology. Anyways, keep going.
So I was going to be a physical therapist, and then when COVID hit, I was super excited to be a physical therapist. By the way, like super excited. But when COVID hit, I realized like learning online, I wasn't learning anything. And of course it's different now. Like people are getting like their freaking MD. They're getting their MDs, their masters like online. Crazy. And like I freaking questionnaire them. They know hella shit. But now it's different. But back then, like it really deterred me because I was like, okay, maybe I should put like my investments in something else. And I still wanted to do dance, whether it would be a passion or whether it's just something I do on the side. So what I ended up doing, I had a conversation with my stepdad, and we basically went over what investments to do. What should you do, not just career-wise, but what should you do as passive income? What should you do to invest in yourself, like mentally and mentally, with health, and with wealth, because that's what matters. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of parents don't.
Yeah.
My parents don't do that.
They really sat down with you and like.
No, that's amazing.
I appreciate my stepdad a lot. Like he really stepped up. I'm the dad that stepped up. Not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Hey.
But he told me all the time about all the regrets he had, because literally I think like a few years into him dating my mom had a kid, and then the crash happened 2008 2009, and then he was like, and then we were getting kicked out of our home with my mom's whole family. And then he said, you know what? I'm gonna buy a house. I saved up enough money. Nice. I'm gonna buy a house now. And then he ended up and he originally thought it was gonna be for me, him, my mom, and then my little brother in the future and stuff. But then the whole family came in. My grandma, my grandpa, my uncle, my aunt, my little cousin, my other aunt, like all of them. And this is a 3-bedroom house.
Oh my god.
We created a separate bedroom in like the living room, basically.
That's
basically.
Crazy. That's hella people in one house.
I know, and that's basically what happened. But like seeing him and all the regrets that he said, he basically told me like, I wish I was told all this stuff at 18, 19.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because he didn't do any stocks at that time. He didn't do any investments at that time. So then when that happened, he said he just put it down and like he was like, these are the careers that you could do and that would work, and I can help you. We can do it together, because he's working, because he saved up a lot of money in construction, and then he ended up working at a bakery at Costco, and he hated it. I love Costco though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Costco's the shit. But he said he hated it and he hated the management there. But he said, I want to change my career. So if I'm gonna change my career, I'd rather change it with you so that we can go through it together. Wow. So then he's not an agent, but we were planning to do like home inspections together. Yeah. And outside of that, I was like, oh, I kind of want to invest in properties. And then we talked about that more. And then he said, and then we talked about maybe being an agent. And then I met Charles Velasco at Soul Bloom, Orlando.
Oh, what? I was there too.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah. This was like when you guys. This is when you guys like split up after. Right? So then I met him and Hillary just hella randomly, because like a friend like did an interview with him or something like that. And I was like, oh, you're that agent guy. And then he didn't even notice me at first. And Hillary was like, the guy's calling you. And he was like, oh, what's up, bro? But yeah, so then that was kind of like that was the thing, and that's what really pushed me. And then I passed my exam like last year, and I was like pushing it off so much. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. The exam is not easy. So.
It's not, but I mean, how much? Do you know how much is how many square feet is an acre? Do you know?
I
don't.
43,560
something like
60,
that. Yeah. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Now that you've done it, can you apply any of that to?
Fuck no.
Right.
Hell no.
And so, how many months have you been in it now?
I've been in it for 3 months now.
3 months now. I've been around Eugene for 3 months now, because we're on the same team.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what you've been experiencing and what you're learning now since you're brand new.
Yeah. First thing I experienced was that shit is tough. Shit is tough.
I talk about it on here.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, love to our team leader, Elizabeth. You're the best, but man, this shit is hard. One thing I appreciate the most is like being a part of a team is that I have Serena, I have Elizabeth, and I have so many other agents to help me with, rather just being a solo agent. Because if I was doing this by myself, I'd be stressed.
Where do I start?
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know, oh, I need to call this many people. I gotta text this people. And
then even just like getting people, like the escrow part of it. It's just like getting in the transaction. You don't know anything when you first start.
Yeah, honestly, like that. What was crazy was that the first, like, I think the first month, because I joined in May, like a little bit before both of our birthdays, and then June happened, and then Elizabeth left for the Philippines for like 3 weeks, and I was like, and then she was supposed to be my trainer, and then that was the hardest part because
in the beginning of your training,
that was the hardest part, because for the first 2 to 3 weeks, it was kind of me getting a part of everything and kind of like just being around everybody. And then I was learning a little bit, but I wasn't really learning a lot.
Right.
And then once Elizabeth left, right before she left, she said, do this, and do this.
I'm like, some homework.
I'm like, okay.
And then for like, but I don't know what's happening.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
And then like, she of course like told me take classes, and I did take classes, but like no matter how much classes you learn, like 3 weeks, there's still so much stuff. Like right now, I'm lucky enough to be in a pending transaction
Yes,
right now.
his
First ever
pending.
Go Eugene! Go Eugene! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! Hey, hey, hey!
First of many.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Yeah.
That's so exciting! Wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah. So
First of many, like
Now,
Serena
how
said.
do you feel like now that you're going through it right now, your first time? This is a buyer side.
it's just tough. Okay, so this is like the hardest one because I'm lucky enough that it's like someone really close to me. But on the other hand, it because it's a super competitive offer, which means like it's a cash offer, and then they want to close.
Timelines.
Yeah, the timeline is literally 9 days or no 7 days. It was they only
That's crazy.
yeah
That's
it was
so
7 days.
fast.
Yeah,
Only
because
a week.
yeah and shout out to Elizabeth. She called up the agent. She said, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna do 7 days instead, and you're gonna take this offer." And she was like, "Okay, for sure."
That's how
word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Filipino accent too. You hear me? Huh? You gonna take this offer? Huh? Come on, please.
Please,
Okay,
7 days
please.
lang.
Please step.
Yes.
I already
I already
Filipino
knew.
accent.
I already know.
Yeah, but it's great, and I really appreciate like the experience of it. But 7 days is kind of
That
nuts.
is, and it's your first one.
Yeah,
It's
my
7
first ever
days.
one.
So,
Yeah.
But to think about it, I mean, yes, it's like
Yeah.
the time part is crazy, but at least with cash offers, it's not like so much back and forth negotiations.
Yeah, it's already in process,
like,
right?
That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But the hardest part is that it was the communication part rather than
Okay.
the back and forth because
Okay.
communicating it was the so it was the buyer, but the buyer's parents is giving them the funds.
Okay.
So then they didn't expect for the house to come on the market again for us to put another offer. So then when we found out the house was going on the market again, they said they want it, but they already scheduled to go to Florida for a wedding.
Oh.
So for the whole
they weren't
week,
even around.
for the whole weekend, I think from like Thursday or something like that, for like 4 or 5 days or something like that, they were basically gone the whole time. And then the daughter, the buyer, basically got shoved into it and had to take in everything.
Oh,
and
so it's a lot.
Yeah, and it was so much for her. Like and she's
Overwhelming.
she's studying to be a respiratory therapist, and she's in Sacramento, but she drives all the way to Napa for it. Yeah, so it's like 2-hour drive, even leaving at like 5-6 in the morning.
bad.
Yeah.
And then having to have her take responsibility for
Exactly.
everything. And she's never done this before.
Yeah, exactly.
Aww.
So like that was the toughest part. She literally, I think after like the day before her parents came back, it was talking all the money stuff, like wiring the money, doing all of that, like how much the offer is, like learning about all the after the home inspection, learning about all the faults of the home. Like after the
There's
call
so
was
many
over,
things.
after the call was over, I went over to the escrow officer, the person who handles all the money and everything, and then I called her and I asked her how everything was, and she called me crying. Yeah, she was like crying. She was like I'm so stressed out. I don't know how to do all this. Like I want my parents to be here so they can, like, I just got shoved into this. I don't even know what's going on. This and this. And I like and I felt I feel so sorry for her and felt so bad for her, and like I'm like, I'll come over right now, I'll help you with everything, because she has to take the money from her parents' account, or like she has to get the check from this, do that. And there's like so many things going on, and she's never dealt with a home. Like her parents have dealt with
Done it
like
before.
done it multiple times. So
but
like
they just left.
yeah,
and
they
that's
just left. So
crazy.
then they got stuck with everything, and like they're calling her constantly, like, do this, do that, do this, do that, and she's like, oh, she's like, yeah. So I get it. Like I really, like after that, I really just went over to the house and was like, I'm gonna help you with everything.
Good job, Eugene.
That's what we gotta do. We have to hold our clients' hands through everything, especially the first timers. They get so anxious. They're already anxious getting into it. It's such a
There's
huge
a lot of anxiety
investment.
and
They've never
stress.
done this before, so our job is to really hold their hand and kind of like calm their nerves down.
I mean, I think this is good that you're experiencing this from like in the beginning. Like, yeah, it's kind of good. It's a good learning experience.
So much more too. Like
it's just gonna keep.
It's always
gonna
learning
keep building
all the
and
time,
building
and I know
and
it's like,
building.
Every time, because you just don't want to drop the ball. And you don't know what to expect, but you just got to enjoy this process. And next thing you know, you're just going to be handling it just like Elizabeth. Like, you're going to accept this offer and move forward. So
yeah, that's dope. So essentially, go ahead.
Oh, what I like? I think the one thing I like about it is when I go to like recently we did we both did the same open house over the weekend. She did Saturday, I did Sunday. It was a 1.3 milli, and that was my first time. That was my first time doing a. That was
That was a nice house. That's a good house.
Do you know Way's girlfriend?
Yeah.
I met her mom there.
Oh my god.
Her mom was there. I was like, yeah, I'm an agent. I'm this. I'm also work part time. Also, and like people know me because I dance. And she's like, oh, you dance? You know Black Flag? I'm like, yeah, I know Black Flag. She's like, do you know Way? I was like, yeah. I know Way. She's like, do you know that? I was like, she's like, I'm her mom. I'm like, what? Like, hello, random. Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah.
Everyone's mom and auntie and all that.
Exactly.
Big ass small town.
Big ass small town.
Big ass small town. Yeah.
Correct.
For sure. But though my favorite part is, you feel me, looking like your auntie's favorite realtor. You know what I'm saying?
She used to look good for work.
Spiffy and flat.
Gets to look cleaned up.
That's nice. Yeah, we did talk about like wardrobe the other a long time ago, and it's actually really fun.
But it matters too. It does. No matter what career you're in, like looking good matters, because people say don't judge a book by its cover, but people do all the time. How are you gonna read the book if you don't judge the cover?
Like people say it's like superficial, not to care about looks. But when you're in business, when you're in front of
it matters.
People,
and
you're representing your own brand, it's like, okay, you're gonna kind of have to think about, be conscious of like what you're putting out there.
Oh yeah. So what's your typical fit?
You feel me? Well, on a regular day.
No. For real estate, for like when you're like in the home, you're going to a client.
Recently, the one thing I was a little bit upset about, especially when I joined in the summer, so I couldn't be throwing fits where it was like I had to like just a little t-shirt, a little blazer.
Made you wear what?
I should wear a polo. I hate wearing polos. I'm gonna say I work at a restaurant and polos is like the worst thing. I literally asked my girlfriend, she loves it. She loves how I look in it, but I'm like, I look terrible. I love.
Polos are nice. I like when my boyfriend wears polos too.
Yeah, but Marina's hot, so I don't know.
He said, I don't know about me.
I remember the first open house we did together. He was like coming assisting me.
Yeah.
And you had to wear this long sleeve button up. And it was
hot as hell. It was like the hottest week of the summer at that point. It was like almost like 90.
Are you able to wear like cut off like flowy linen like button ups? Like for men, like nice dress up.
Wear flowy top.
They're like more like not like
the smart casual look.
Oh, like an unbuttoned type situation.
No, it's still buttoned, but it still has a collar, but it's a short sleeve, but it's a little bit more flowy, like maybe a linen fabric.
I thought about it. It just doesn't. I personally, I don't like the look of it. You feel me? I be throwing fists like when it's like wintertime.
Oh, wintertime is
different. I can't wait to bring the coats out.
Winter's my favorite. We're on the cusp.
Right now,
fall. It's still 90 degrees outside.
Right now, the fit when Elizabeth's not there because she be getting on me, she gotta look good. But like the fit's normally like a little graphic tee, some Dickies or trousers, and then the loafies.
Ooh.
The little steppers.
I know. I complimented on those shoes when he came in.
The pepper steppers.
They look like a like what is this?
I got beef between my teeth. It would be fun if I had sauce.
Right? Fire. Sweet like Zach and Cody.
Okay. Well, I gotta say it's nice to have you on the team.
Oh, I thought he was about to kick me off. I was like, the podcast is done already.
I know. It sounded like a concluding remark.
It's just refreshing. I've been with the team for a long time, and it's always I was the youngest one. Now you're the youngest one.
It's like seeing yourself in a different person coming in.
It's refreshing. I love it. I love seeing it's nice to have younger people on the team to relate to bounce ideas off each other. And before we move on to any other topic, we recently went to a convention in Texas.
Oh my god!
So I like what you said about your experience there. So if you could share what you learned from that, because I feel like you definitely, change your perspective a little bit or got a little more motivation from that.
Definitely. Shout out to Tom Ferry. That was a great little coaching experience. Tom Ferry Success Summit. We spent like a week out there in Dallas. Yeah, a week in Dallas.
I miss Tom so bad.
It's crazy.
I also miss good food.
Not the trash on Dallas, Texas, but maybe the places we went to weren't that great. So
I think maybe downtown Dallas kind of sucks because the places we went wasn't good. We went to this random Vietnamese place that also sold sushi. So
I hate that sushi,
and that shit was good. It was
that was a really good place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides that one Mexican place, Mexican place was fire.
Okay. The fact that we had to go to the same restaurant twice because we just couldn't
find. You didn't want to take a chance.
We wanted to know that we were gonna have some good food.
Yeah, because you're paying your money. You don't want to waste money.
Yeah. Shout out to the server Jose. He was tight.
He
gave us a discount if we did a Yelp review.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he did.
Hey.
That shit was fire. But I kind of forgot what I said
You were
during the
saying
thing.
like you just were trying to invest in yourself.
Oh yeah, so for the success summit, there you go. For the success summit, like being a new agent, it really changed like my mindset for it, because I would like the first 3 months I would work, and then I would do things, and then I would be like, what do I do for the rest of the day?
Right.
Like I literally had no plan for what to do. Like I would schedule things, but then things would just get scattered everywhere, and I wouldn't even know. Like I wouldn't have like because of course like you want to explore everything to find like what your niche is, like narrow it down to something that you could do. But it was hard for me to figure out what that was, and then also plan out my day where I'm not planning out like a 9 to 5 where I'm at the office all day, but like where I wanted to do it, how like once I'm done with this, I can plan for this to be the day that I do this, or I go to these new homes, or this day I'm gonna call this amount of people, or I'm gonna call majority of my family. I'm gonna do this, do that, just to figure out what I want. And honestly, from the summit, what it showed me was like being okay with investing yourself. Because one of the first things I asked, like right before I did my interview with the team, was I asked Serena, I said, hey, what's it like being part of the team? And then the other thing I said was, would you recommend doing part-time or full-time? And then she actually recommended doing full-time. I'm not full-time right now because I'm broke. But I was ready to do full-time.
Okay.
Got it. You were committed.
But I was saying that to myself, but the actions didn't feel like that. Like when I first started, I knew I was gonna spend a lot of money in like that first couple months, because and nothing was gonna come from it.
Yeah.
But the being in Dallas, one, paying for the ticket, paying for the hotel, it's already expensive. And being in downtown Dallas was hella expensive, even though Elizabeth had to pay for everything.
Yeah. Flights right now are so expensive.
Yeah. But when I was there, I realized like, okay, you really do have to invest in yourself. You do coaching. She does coaching, and like I see how it affects her business as well, because now she's popping on social media. You get DMs, like you get DMs every week about it. So like once you put yourself into accountability and consistency and investing yourself in your business, it really shows up after a while. Like in this and doing this, it really shows like it doesn't happen fast. It happens over time. And
like
being
instant gratitude.
Exactly. And being there when we were meeting so many different people, it showed that too. Like we were meeting people that are like younger than me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like
really?
Yeah, like I'm 23. There's people like 21, 22,
making so
20.
Much deals. Like that's crazy. A year.
So what's one thing you love about dance, and what's one thing you love about being in real estate?
That like kind of intertwined to two, or like just one separate?
I guess we could do separate first, and then maybe after you can talk about your take on it. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. Oh, okay. So with dance, one thing is always community. Yeah, community is like a very big part of it, because even though I love dancing, I could literally just dance by myself in my room and just have like the best time with my dog. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it doesn't matter. Miso so cute.
Insert a picture of Miso.
Yeah, I'll send you a bunch. I'll send you a whole bunch. But like I could literally just be in a room by myself with my dog and some music, and I'll be all right.
Right.
But the community is what matters. That's why like my crew, we don't consider ourselves like a dance crew. We just consider ourselves like a group chat with a name.
Like that.
Yeah, basically. And like whenever we talk to each other, that's why our sessions are, whenever we dance together, it's 80% talking and like rapping and doing stupid shit, and then 20% dance. And
it's all about having like fun.
Yeah, and then that's why I consider even like dance battles and choreo comps. Whenever I go to them, I always say it's 80% family reunion, 20% dance.
I like
Exactly.
That.
It is.
Fun,
It really is.
Because
such a good point.
I'm not trying to go there to dance. I'm trying to go there to drink and have fun.
Why take it so seriously?
Yeah. I mean, like I go to freaking Tiger Intrusion just to go there, just to drink and say what's up to people I haven't seen in a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely like a I feel like a cookout, or like everyone's just here chilling.
Exactly.
Like a family reunion. I see so many people at Tiger for Intrusion. So many people, even people from like the Bay or like people out of town, they would come through. And it's like, dang, I haven't seen you in forever, bro.
Yeah.
What is
for
good?
The first time I talked about it, and it was lit tea.
She came when I performed.
Yeah, I know. I saw her. I saw
the
the
first
entrance.
person I saw.
Yeah. I was trying to buy her.
And then he disappeared.
I was trying to buy her and Ray a drink, but I had to be upstairs for the camera.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was such a great day. So so
that's
that's what you love about dance, like the community. I think I think here in Sacramento, I feel like the dance community is just so different compared to a lot of places.
We don't have beef.
What's the tea?
Like we don't like. I feel like I don't know. It's just so deeply. It's just so deeply rooted here. Like everyone just supports each other, and it's like all love and support and about positivity and creating and growing together and like all of that. Like anyone that comes here from the outs, like different communities like outside of Sacramento, I feel like they feel it. I feel like they feel that too, and that's what's so special about SAC. And that's why I love dance too. Community, people, like the impact you bring, and how like positively you can affect people. Yeah. And help people too.
We've really had people from like Utah, Japan, Germany, like from LA, Seattle. They literally come here and say like Sacramento is like the second home to them.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
that says a lot.
Yeah,
it does. It does. It speaks a lot.
It speaks a lot for the community, not just like a single person or like a couple people. Like they come and they love everybody. So I think that's one thing that I love. For real estate though, one thing that I love, I think they kind of both tie together is the community part of it. Yeah. So like one thing that like I've grown to love for real estate is being able to talk to people. Like like today I updated all my contacts again and just to see, and then I really just hit up people from high school and people like just my family and just catch up with them. Like I caught up with my aunt who was her birthday like a couple of days ago, and like I was messing with her, like, how come you didn't invite me to your birthday party? Right. You know what I mean? Like just small stuff like that, and like that carries on to like a long conversation, and then from there it builds business too.
Yeah, so you're building rapport, connections.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not always just real estate. You're like building connections that you probably never thought you would, you know, have. Like it's nice that you get to like rekindle maybe old friendships or even family that you probably wouldn't have if you didn't join. For real.
I love that. Yeah. So in a sense, community is what it's about. We love that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it was coming from an antisocial social anxiety.
Is there a way that it kind of meshes? So community basically is the one that meshes everything together.
Yeah, that's basically how it like kind of meshes together. Like that. Like today, there's this one dude from the Bay, and he posted on his Instagram, "Hey, can anybody direct me to somebody so I can buy a house?" And I had 3 people already like mention me and just like in the comments, and I was like, bro, like, and I instantly went to that hella quick, like, and that's kind of like that sense of community, like
from the dance.
Yeah, like the referrals that come from those dancers, because like, while you're saying like dancers, like it could be on one end where you're doing both, or it's on the other end where it's extreme, like it could be they only dance for a couple years, but they're so tied in with you. Or it could be they're still dancing now, they're still super active in the community. But both of them, like on both sides, it could either be they don't have enough money for a house, or they do have enough money for the house. But it doesn't matter to me, because it's like it's a personal relationship. And then now when there's somebody that I don't know is probably part of the dance community, is they want to buy a house, now they're referring them to you. And I think that's probably the best part, is that personal relationship with it.
And you're attracting the people that you like too. Because it's the best thing when, you know, you're a realtor and, you know, you're going to get those clients now and then. Maybe you don't mesh well with them, but because you're so into this community, then it's going to be a piece of cake to be able to like be there through it all.
Exactly.
I think that's so dope, because that's what makes you unique in your own business.
Unique
Eugene. Hell yeah.
Eugene. My sweatpants at home alone, so sad.
With
me so sad.
I'm not gonna try.
No, but that's dope. No, for real. Like that I feel like is so unique to you, and only you can portray that. No one, like anyone else in real estate, Serena's gonna be different from you, Ray's gonna be different from you, and like she said, you're gonna attract all of that naturally, and like everyone can eat. That's what's crazy about it, and that's what's great. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially going into our industries, beauty, real estate.
It sounds like competitive, and in a sense, it is.
It is. Right. It is.
Like you said, everyone like there's so many people in this world. We all have such different connections. Maybe some the same. Obviously, Sacramento's small, but still, it's like there's always someone out there, no matter what.
Eat.
Everybody gets to eat. You know
Everyone can eat.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, another question we have for you is like, what do you see for your future self?
Since we're on the For My Future Self podcast.
What do you see for your future self? Look ahead.
I mean, this is for my future self. Am I too close to this? Hey.
Right here.
For my future self, Something I would say to my future self.
You can, yeah, whatever.
Something like that. Like, yeah, I guess you can do that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to set expectations.
That's what we said too.
Yeah.
We don't want to jinx it, but just say like, what do you see for your future self?
You can see.
It could be one thing. It could be whatever you want.
Well, let's say for my life, for my future self, I want to be married. Maybe have a kid. I don't want to jinx that shit. You feel me? Wrap it up. No, don't take Plan Bs too much, by the way, kids. That's bad for you.
Honestly,
really?
Yeah, bruh.
Please.
Okay, off this shit. I be having friends that be taking like 14 of those a year,
like a
and I'm
vitamin?
like, bro, like,
At that
I'm
point?
like, God, bro, you take Plan Bs more than you take your vitamins. Jesus Christ,
That's crazy.
it's gonna fuck up your hormones.
No, that's straight facts. That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah, but anyway, but in 5 years, definitely engaged or married. Another dog.
Hey,
For
Miso
sure.
needs
Miso's
needs a
friend.
friend, yeah.
Or little sister, little brother.
And then hopefully me and my girl either have another investment property together or we have another home together. Career wise, I know I'm still going to be a part of real estate. That's why I told myself when I joined is that I'm not going to stop after 5 years. I'm going to keep going no matter what.
Right.
Yay.
And plus, my girl's going to be my sugar mama. You feel me? My sugar baby era, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta contribute.
She's gonna make the consistent though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I make the vacation money. She makes the daily money, you know what I'm saying? My commission comes in, we finna go to like Daly City.
You're stupid. We finna go to Daly City, San Francisco.
Yeah, my check come in, we going to Daly City. Her check come in, we finna go to Italy or something, you know what I'm saying?
City, come on.
We going to Manteca.
Manteca water slide.
Yeah. But so money wise, that, and then career, I still want to be a part of real estate. Money wise, of course, you feel me, still making bread. Still, I don't want to look at my, hopefully in 5 years, I don't want to look at my bank account every time I make a payment.
That part.
I'm not trying to be like, you feel me, like Ariana Grande, like I don't look at the price tag, but you know what I'm saying. But I want to be able to be like not worry and look at my bank account after every time I go out to eat. You feel me?
Right.
And then dance wise, I want to keep doing this. Yeah.
Yes.
One thing I've been trying to implement more is that is the next generation that we talked about. Is that like I realized that in my generation of dancers, there's actually not a lot of us. And even though we've been doing a good job of like keeping the community together and like hosting events and kind of like connecting with each other, I feel like it's a lot harder for the newer generation because like it's so accessible to them. Because for me, I had YouTube, so then that was easy. But then everybody has TikTok. Everybody does TikTok dances, so it's like it's easy for them. But then I had a conversation with like the old director. Not the one. She was like the new old one. You are, but she's like in Roseville, and she was saying like, like the company I'm directing, it's like super small, and there's like no boys in it. Like I wanted you to do a workshop, so then boys would come in. I'm like, you want a boy holding a workshop for boys to come in? I don't know. That's not how I got into dance. I got in there for the girls. You know what I'm saying? I ended up being broke with really good at dancing, but no career.
Oh my god.
But that's like the one thing I want to do more is like pushing more, not just myself but the rest of the community to push the next generation.
Yeah, because you have to pass it on.
Yeah, 100%.
Else it's just gonna die, but like stop here, and that's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be like 30 years old. Like, oh, there's that one guy that's really good at dancing in Sacramento. Yeah. I don't want that. I want to be like known as like, hey, it's that one guy that actually taught me how to dance. So
I learned from him. I learned from her for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey, let's go.
So what's your message? So we're wrapping it up here. But what is your message to the world that you want to share? Just put out there to the universe.
If you or anyone you know that wants to buy or sell a home, hit me up. Your mom's favorite dancer, auntie's favorite realtor, and then come check out the podcast. You feel me, for your future self.
Hey,
that was perfect.
Let's go. Let's go, Eugene. Hey, okay, rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Here we go. You ready?
Eyes closed, everything.
Embarrassing story.
Embarrassing story. 6th grade, I was learning how to dance and I was tutting. in my seat, and then my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Henderson, made fun of me and was like,
Mr. Henderson, I had Mr. Henderson.
My little cousin and my little brother also had Mr. Henderson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he made fun of me. He said, "Are you voguing?" And everybody laughed at me, and I did.
Are you voguing?
Yeah, and then he didn't, and then I didn't want to dance at all until like high school. That's why I didn't join. Yeah, that's why I didn't join an Asian association or anything.
How dare you?
Next question.
Next question. If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Justin Bieber.
Why?
I don't know.
Justin Bieber? Yeah. Hell yeah, Justin Bieber. Okay, what would you, if you would have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken katsu curry.
Yes. Okay. What if it is? Would that be your last meal on Earth? Okay. Chicken katsu curry.
Yes, as long as I make it.
Okay.
Wait, no, pork katsu curry. There you go.
Okay. Use one word to describe you currently.
Him.
Him. H-I-M. Okay. If you were an animal, what would you be?
Miso. He has a
You
good
would
life.
be Miso, your dog.
Yeah.
Dope. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure, miso.
Justin Bieber?
He said Justin Bieber hella fast.
Yeah.
You said that even before I finished the question. Okay, if you would have a superpower, what would it be? What would it be?
Teleportation.
Teleportation, period.
Okay,
that would be
yeah,
mine. Okay, what song gets you on your feet on the cookout?
Keisha Cole, Love.
Hey!
Okay, let's
Love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found that.
Yes, good. Let's go. Thank you for coming to our podcast, Eugene. Everyone give it up. Round of applause for Eugene.
Yes.
Shout out to him. Check
Shout
him
out
out.
your IG.
Yeah, check him out.
Whatever you got.
My IG, Eugene Phomthevy, EUGENEPHOMTHEVY. Put it. Insert the little bow wow. The little bow wow thing.
But yeah, follow him. Hit him up if you want. If you're interested in real estate,
Don't hit up Serena.
Yeah,
and hit up Serena too.
Don't hit up Serena. Hit up me.
Hit him. And then also hit him up for all his dance content. Hella dope. Follow him on his journey. And
Journey to the dump.
Journey to the dumpling.
Don't go to Journey.
Oh no, don't go to Journey to the dumpling. Not today.
Bruh, somebody. I had multiple people be like, "Hey, you're a really good dancer. I saw you at Tiger," and I was like just giving them food. I'm like, "Okay,
Okay, bye. Okay, here's your soup dumpling."
Later.
That sounds good.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
Like at the office?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not at the office. The heck? All right, we'll cut it off there. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.